What's up guys, welcome to another pixel art tutorial. Today we're going to create some basic platform tiles. Okay, as usual we will just start by setting up our document. This time I'll do something like, I don't know, 300 by 300 pixels because we will have multiple tiles, 72 pixels each, and I choose some kind of a gray color here. Something neutral, okay? Okay, so first thing, as always, I'll just add a new layer for our first tile. I'll be doing 16 by 16 pixel tiles. In order to do that really quickly, I'll just take my rectangular selection tool and holding Shift key, just drag this thing like this until I get 16 by 16. Here you go, we have this selection and I just color this thing with the bucket tool, okay? Ctrl D to deselect, and here we go, we have our first 16 by 16 pixel square. I'll be creating some sort of, grass and ground tiles. I think those are kind of most common in all the games, so that's what I will be creating. The first thing I will start to draw is some grass. Okay, so I'll just choose some kind of green, light green color. Okay, and whatever we do, we just need to stay inside the square. Okay, because otherwise, when we start to create multiple tiles, we need to make sure that everything we draw is within 16 by 16 pixels. Otherwise, it will be really hard to tile. So yeah, I'll just start to draw something here. Okay, just a few lines here. Maybe I'll start to define some leaves there. Okay, something like that. Let's try to not make it too, linear. Just break the line from here to here. One thing always to remember is we need to think about where this tile will be looped, right? So this one will be looped underneath and on left and right. Okay, so from time to time just check, just duplicate this frame by holding Alt and just dragging this thing. And see, does it loop well? Does it loop nicely? Is there anything that we need to change? Things like that. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll just continue to draw some grass. Okay, I just already see that I don't like this part. I can do this one better. Maybe put something here. Alright, so next thing I'm gonna do is just to create some shadow. I'll just choose some sort of like a darker green color of what I have, and I'll start to draw things here. Okay, something like that. Some kind of leaf shape as well there, just to make sure it's something. Okay, and from time to time just go back and see how is it going. You can see better what's wrong with your picture. Okay. Things like that. Just experiment a little bit with this. Okay. Try to fix things here and there, just to not make it all the same. I think something like that will work, and I make another pass of green color, even darker here. Maybe I'll go a little bit on the blue side of shades. Okay, and I just finished off. Maybe even more. Okay, something like that I think will work. Okay. Let me adjust a few things here and there. And always try to check if this is actually looping well. So just Alt and drag the thing. See where the problem is. Maybe here I need to fix something. Okay, so let me try to fix that. For example, this pixel ends here, so probably, you know, I'll just start it from this side as well. Or maybe I just remove it and maybe do something like that. Okay, maybe that will work. Just add another one here. Try again. That might work. Let's see the other side. Yeah, I think that's alright. Okay, so we have some grass there, and I want to make some like rocks and stone and ground here. Okay, so I'll pick some kind of a brown color here, somewhere on this side. Okay, and I'll start to draw some like rocks maybe on the top part of it, because we will actually fade away, so the more we go down, the darker it will be. Okay, so I'll just start to define some rocks here, maybe like this. Okay, something like that. Maybe one small one here, maybe another one here. Yeah, something like that will work. And now I'll choose so let me fix this one. I don't really like this one. Okay, so now let me choose a darker color, darker brown color. Okay, so we go more on the red side here. Okay, and I'll just start to draw some kind of lighter than this dark color pixels. So I'll just imagine that the light comes somewhere from a little bit from the right side. Okay, so I'll just draw these things. So it seems like it goes down a little bit. Okay, now I need another shade of brown. Okay, this time I'll go for something more purple pink. That will create interesting color. And I move kind of, I kind of try to move it to the left side, you know, not just straight lines down, but more to the left side as well. Okay, so it will give some volume to the rocks. Alright, just check from time to time what's going on. Okay, I can create the darker rocks as well somewhere here. And I'll start now to kind of fill this area, because it is really dark and it doesn't look like it fades, it just looks like there's some sort of rocks here in the middle. So I'll just start to draw this stuff here. Okay, something like that. Just fill these gaps with something, with that color. Okay, and now I'll choose this darker one as well, so I can fill some gaps here. So like I'm creating basically a gradient here now. So I'm creating kind of a gradient here. Okay, I know we have a rock here, so I'll just do that. Let's start to do something like this. I think I need to make some shadow on the bright side of it as well, so it looks like it's not flat, but it's actually bending to one side. Okay, so I just choose something like this. Okay, maybe like that, or maybe like this. Starts to look more interesting. Okay, like that. Okay, and I just want to finish off these guys. Okay. You know, it's all about, like, you know, going back and forth and like see how your picture is getting together. Okay, so I see already that here it's kind of missing something. I'll just add a few pixels here, you know, something like that. Okay, it starts to look kind of nice, right? So you can actually spend lots of time on these things. It's just until you get it right, you know. I'll try to not spend hours now here. Okay. And I think that's okay. There is something about this rectangle here that I don't like. Maybe I should do something like that. Maybe like this. Now we are kind of limited in our 16 by 16 pixels, but we can still do some nice stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. And now I'll try to, you know, once again, I'll try to loop it and see if it works. Okay. I think that's quite nice. Now the next thing I want to do is just to see if we cut pixels here too much. So I'll create another tile. So let me remove this too. Keep the original one. And I call it actually tile grass middle. So I know this is the middle tile. And I add another layer. Again, do 16 by 16. Okay. And color it with this darkest color I have here. Okay. Deselect and just put it here. Okay, I think it fades quite nicely, so I'll just select these two and try to loop them and see how that looks. I think it's okay. I think the next step now is to create the side tiles. Okay, I'll not do that like from scratch, so I'll just put these 3 dark tiles underneath and see if that will help me to create the other one. So I'll copy this tile and put it to the left. I'll do the left side first and call it tile grass left. And I wanted to actually end, so basically imagine like there's gonna be like a gap here and you'll need to jump to another tile, but you know, this is too square here. I don't like how that looks. I mean, some games do that, but I want to actually make this edge a little bit more natural. So the thing I'm going to do is to modify this one. First of all, I choose my eraser tool, make sure it's set to mode pencil and size to 1 and hardness to 0, and we don't have things like opacity or other stuff. And I start to remove a few pixels here. Okay, I just want it to look like, you know, it's just going kind of down. And I can also define a little bit better the rocks here. So maybe I'll do something like that. Okay, just remove a little bit of pixels here, just to the end, and I fix some rocks here. So whatever will be will have like a light. So if it has a light, it should go on top, right? Then imagine we'll go down a little bit and have this kind of rock popping out here. Okay, and I can actually remove this as well, something like this. Okay, maybe I can add a little bit of you know, light here. Okay, and maybe some more grass here. Okay, I don't really like it. One sec. Maybe like this. I think that's alright. Let's just keep it like that for now. And to create the other side, you know, you can just simply copy this one and flip it. Okay, so now we have both sides here. Cool. You can actually modify this style a little bit to make it look different from this one. You know, the only problem I can see maybe is this piece, because it's kind of mirrored here, but you know, let me just fix that quickly. I can just do it by removing this. Okay, something like that. Maybe add something here. Just make sure you don't draw on the other tile, okay? So sometimes it's a good practice to separate them. Okay, maybe something like that. Okay. You know, it's a little bit different from the other one. Okay, cool. Now we have a little problem. We have these squares here, right? So what we should do with this is just continue a little bit this this tile, so this side of the tile. So we will keep it dark in the middle, but we will just do the left side of it, and we'll also need to make sure it loops on top to this tile or to another one of itself, right? So I'll just start by drawing some rocks here, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so first of all, this angle is quite brutal, so I'll start to remove it a little bit like that. And as we removed it here, we probably need to remove here as well some of it. So then, you know, when we continue with it, it will just loop in a way. Okay, but yeah, let's throw some rocks there. And those rocks here, I think they should be darker than these ones. So we'll not be using the brightest colors we have because they're like underneath. So I'll just maybe start taking maximum this one, you know, not more than that. And I start to draw some kind of rock here. Just make sure I don't draw on the other tile. Okay, I just separate it for a moment. Something like this. Okay. Let me see if I can add some, you know, other colors here. All right, something like that. We can draw the other tile, maybe the other rock in here. Cool. Just continue this one. Okay. Just go all the way down. Maybe I can actually move this one here a little bit more inside. Just create less straight lines here. Okay, so maybe something like this. Okay, I'll create something here. And so on. Okay, so this point will loop with this one, so that's cool. Let me see if I can just make this a little bit less dark, so there is not too much of a cut point. Okay, something like that. You know, we can just put a few pixels here as well. Okay, and always, you know, check outside, right? So because sometimes when you draw it really closely, it looks really nice, and then you just do this and it just looks bad. So let's put it back and see if that works. It kind of works. I don't really like the shape of it, but you get the idea. You can experiment with that. Actually, I want to fix this one first quickly. Okay, I think it's too kind of it's too regular. I want to make some randomness there, but let's try to loop another one. Okay, and let's see how that feels. You know, it's a little bit like that. So one thing, I'll probably add some stuff here on this side. Let me try. Okay, maybe like this. Let's try maybe if that's better now. Okay, let me see. Maybe like this. Now I got a feeling it's not gonna loop well here. It's not terrible, but I definitely need to do something about this, okay? So probably I just need to move it up a little bit. Okay, so maybe something like this. Okay, and now I'll just do that. So then it should loop quite nicely. Okay, I like that. So once again, you know, we can remove this tile and just, you know, copy paste and flip both of these, and they should work very well. Cool. So okay, we kind of have our first platform. You know, we can already start visualizing how it will look overall. Okay. So another thing we need is the bottom part, because right now that's all we have. Okay. So we will need to create a tile for the angle, and we need to create a tile for the middle. Okay. So I can immediately start by changing this one. So I think the side of it is fine, but the next thing I need to do is the bottom part, and I need to make it less, you know, regular, less like a line. So I'll just start to draw some rocks there. And as we have the light from top, we will need to make those rocks underneath a little bit less bright. So I will literally use only maybe this color, this almost the darkest kind of brown red color. Okay, so I'll just start to draw on this one. Let's make sure you select the right tile all the time. Okay, so let me just start by removing some pixels, just like that. I will fix it later. So we have this rock that continues there, so we just finish it, and I'll do something maybe like this in here, maybe like this. Remove some stuff here. Just a few. We don't need anything crazy here. Okay. Okay, maybe like this. Just remove a few pixels here. No, okay, this works, I think. And now we just need to continue on this one, and we'll make it, you know, loopable. Make sure this one we can loop. So I'll just start by doing this, because we have the rock there. And I'll create some more here. Okay. Like that. I'll create something here. Maybe a little thing here. Okay. Now I'll just remove a few pixels. Just like that. Okay. Something like this. Let me see if that kind of makes sense. Maybe I need to make this one bigger. Something like that. I don't really like that it pops out so much. Maybe, yeah. Let me work a little bit more on this. Okay. Something like that. I feel like I need more rocks here on this side, so somewhere here, because it feels very empty. Yeah. I think that's okay. I mean, let's try to finish this the whole thing. I'll just copy this and flip it and see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's alright. I'm quite happy with the overall result. So now you can create different tiles. You know, let's just copy this and this. And you can do things like that. So this is a smaller version of it, right? So you copy the right ones, you put them together, and here you go. You have this one. You know, you can create like a longer version of it, just like this. Okay. You can create this as well. You can create it actually quite large version of this style as well, so just do that. Okay, so this is a very long platform, okay. So that's okay. So now we can create all sorts of, like, you know, square platforms. But I will show you how to add some more things to it. I want to create another kind of extension of this platform. So I would have some sort of like a wall here, and then you can actually go on top of it. So the way we can do this, you know, you could simply maybe just do that. You know, we just so let me copy all of this first, so we can modify another version of it. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So we can just do that, right? So I just extend this. Okay, and maybe do this. Sorry. Okay. Right, like that. Just make it longer here. Okay, and put the dark tile in the middle. Right, so we could just do this, but you know, you can see that here we have like a really like a cut point here. So this is something I don't really like, and we can fix it super easily, right? So we have this tile here. Okay, I'll put it here for a moment, and we can actually continue a little bit of this tile just to make it look like, you know, it all blends nicely together. Okay, I'll just select this tile, this one, the dark one, and I pick this color. I'm just pressing Alt to pick colors, and kind of finish it in a similar way we did it on this side. Okay, so something like this. Okay, okay, I think that's okay, and just extend some of this stuff. Okay, so all of the rocks, we can add a little pixel here. And now, as you can see, this looks very nice. You know, we can see how they blend well together. Okay, just a few bits and bobs here and there, just to make sure it looks nice. Okay, something like this. So now we have this style as well, right? So it's just a little continuation of this one, and we can do it on both sides, right? So now you can build tiles together and blend the big and small ones all together. Okay, so this looks quite nice. I just want to add a little detail, so basically another tile. You know, I don't kind of really like this flatness I have here on top of the grass, so I want to add some more grass there and to make it look more natural. So I'll just create a new layer and just pick some colors here and start to draw something on top of it. Okay, just make sure it's not larger than 16 pixels. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is not. Okay, maybe like this. Yeah, I think something like that will work. I just need to put it in the right position. Something like that. Maybe like this, you know. And let me just copy this to this side. See how that looks. You know, it already starts to look a little bit more natural. So I hope this was helpful and fun. you know, you can experiment lots of with the tiles. You can create many different variations of all of these to make it look better and better. I'll do the second part of this tutorial because I want to show you how to you know, create maybe like a bridge between two platforms, maybe create different variations of all of these platforms to make it look less square and more interesting. So there are lots to do, and I really want to show you that next time. So but I think this is a good base to work with, and I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, check my other videos. You can follow me on Twitter, you can join my Discord server, all the links are in the description below, and thanks for watching and see you next time.